So you may be thinking about joining us here in Jacksonville, but what would that price tag look like for you each month? Let's talk about everything from housing to taxes, groceries and gas, all the things. Hey, what's up? Hello. My name's Elizabeth with LPT Realty, and I'm a realtor here in beautiful Northeast Florida. If you have any questions at all about Jacksonville, Florida, go ahead and give me a call, send me a text or an email. I've got your answers and would love to chat with you. If you want to be notified every time a new video is posted to this channel, then go ahead and hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. The Jacksonville area has experienced increases in job growth over the last year. Housing is going to be the biggest key factor for people. Everyone always wants to find where the affordable housing is, and it seems like it's gotten expensive pretty much everywhere. However, the cost of housing here still remains competitive. For a single family home in the greater Jacksonville area, the median cost is about $378,000. Now, what type of home you can get for that price is just going to depend on what side of town you plan to live. If you break it down by the counties that make up Northeast Florida, St. Johns County is going to be the most expensive, which is where St. Augustine is. The median sales price for St. Johns County is about $519,000. Duval County, where Jacksonville is located, is about $375,000. Clay County's median sales price is about $365,000. Since the area does expand beyond those three counties, to give you a better idea of the costs in this area, I'll go from most expensive to least expensive. The most expensive areas are Pablo Creek Reserve, Queens Harbor, Ponte Vedra Beach, Atlantic Beach, Amelia Island, and Doctors Lake. The least expensive areas are going farther away from the coastline, heading into some of the rural areas surrounding the city. So we have the McClenny area, which is in Baker County, Hilliard in Nassau County, Green Cove Springs, also Middleburg, Greater West Jacks, Greater North Jacks, and Mayport. So as you can see here, there is a wide range in prices. However, Jacksonville still comes in lower than the national average. Despite prices going up, you might react differently depending on where you're moving from. People moving here from places like California, Texas, or the New England area are typically thrilled because the cost of housing is significantly lower. Then we have others who are relocating from some of those Midwest states, or maybe somewhere that isn't very transient, or away from the coast. And they are just appalled by the housing prices here. How do I know this? Because I have talked to a lot of you. So the West Coast and the Northeast region of the United States seem to consistently be more expensive than some of our southern states, but home prices have increased across the nation, and Jacksonville is no exception. But our relative affordability in comparison to other metropolitan cities is actually a huge factor that is driving people here. Now I want to give you some perspective on utilities. Utilities in Jacksonville are a little bit higher than the national average, but it's not too bad. Bestplaces.net gives a starting place of 100, and if your area is higher than the national average, your ranking would be above 100. If it's lower, it'll be below 100. For utilities, Jacksonville comes in at 102.8. The cost of utilities vary greatly from person to person and from house to house, because it depends on the size of the home and the size of the family. In my experience, a house that is less than 3,000 square feet, a family of 3, they would likely have an electric bill of about $200 a month, plus $100 for Wi-Fi and $200 for 2 phone lines. But here are some things you have to consider with your own household. How many people are taking showers, doing laundry? How cold or warm do you keep it inside? You can always call the utility company and see if they can give you an estimate, but as I just mentioned, it's going to vary depending on lifestyle. If you're like me and you like to run your AC very hard in the summertime, get it nice and cold, and get all of that humidity out of the air. But in the wintertime, you can definitely get away with using very minimal central heat and air. Winter mornings here start out usually in the 40s, and then it can creep up into the 70s by the afternoon. It is a good time of year to enjoy that open air breeze. But anyway, if you are in a newer home with a lot of efficiencies, you could most likely expect something between that $150 to $200 range. For older homes that maybe need some updated insulation and windows, that could be somewhere between that $200 to $300 range. And then a one-story home is obviously going to cool faster than a two-story home, so do keep that in mind. Alright, so you need to know about our property taxes. A big part of owning a home. Property taxes here tend to be a little bit lower than other areas of the country. The best way to determine what the property taxes are going to be on any property will be to jump on the property appraiser's website, because there might be special discounts that are available to some buyers. All you have to do after you have accessed the website is find the home you're interested in with the amount you'll be paying. From there, you can see if you'll be getting any discounts, and then determine the amount you'll be paying in property taxes. If you're moving into a home, remember that you'll be filing for a homestead exemption. And in Florida, that reduces the assessed value by $50,000. This also limits the amount your home can go up in taxes each year. Something to make note of: if you are planning to buy a home in the Jacksonville area, and that home is protected by a homestead exemption from the previous owners. Let's use the example of a time frame between 2011 and 2018. A home was purchased, it was at a discounted price, and they added a homestead exemption. You should expect to see a significant increase in your taxes. Because remember, the previous owners' tax increases were limited because of that homestead exemption. And when you buy it, your taxes are going to shoot up because the assessed value is going to come up to match the current market value. It is very important to make sure you are filing for a homestead exemption when you buy a home here. Now let's talk about our sales tax. Our sales tax in Duval County is going to cost you 7.5%, which puts us right in the middle at the national average. We do still have the back-to-school tax-free holidays, so it is always fun to participate in that, and we go load up on everything we can during those days. Income taxes. There are no state income taxes in Florida, so incoming residents are always excited about that. So when you go to mark this expense in your budget, that's going to be a zero. So that's really awesome for us. But do we make up for that zero in other expenses? Yes. Auto insurance is so expensive here. So I'm sorry to Florida residents. You're gonna have to expect this to be an expense that is significantly higher than what you're currently paying. Florida is a no-fault state, and there's a lot of high-risk drivers on the road, and a lot of them do not carry auto insurance. The more uninsured and high-risk drivers means higher costs for the rest of us. If you're trying to plan for budgeting sake, you might want to go ahead and expect your premium to be somewhere around $2,500 for the year. So that's potentially about $200 a month per vehicle. The numbers for this will be different depending on your age, your marital status, the location of your vehicle, or if you're in an area where accidents or potential break-ins are high. You could move just 2 blocks over and the numbers could change. So there's no real solid way for me to provide numbers for that. Honestly though, just get quotes from everyone. Call as many companies as you can. I read a finance book before that suggests we shop auto insurance quotes once a year and truly do an apples-to-apples comparison with the coverages. Homeowners insurance is another one that can vary quite a bit as well. So if you're able to put your home and auto insurance into a package, there might be some available discounts in that. Now, some companies are going to give you a little bit of a break if you can provide your 4-point inspection report and also the wind mitigation. In some cases, flood insurance will be required. In some cases, it won't, but you can still add it on there. I have seen homes from 1800 to 1900 for homes under 2,000 square feet. But it's highly dependent on the deductibles that you choose. Tons of carriers have actually left Florida recently with hurricanes and floodings. They consider it just too risky. So be prepared to feel like it's slim picking. But I always recommend contacting an insurance broker and have them shop the rates for you. Now let's look over some day-to-day or even week-to-week expenses you'll need to know about. Groceries for starters. We come in right under the national average for groceries, so you'd likely be spending the same amount you would in a lot of other places. So it just depends on where you like to shop. But we've got plenty of options for grocery stores. A lot of people around here like Publix. We do have Trader Joe's and Whole Foods in some neighborhoods. I feel like there is a Winn-Dixie on every corner. If you have base access, then of course you can shop at the commissary. But then again, a lot of people like to save on costs, so they do shop at Walmart. But if you don't care for that option, then you'd also have Aldi available to you, which a lot of people also like for savings. Maybe you have a big family, or maybe you just like shopping for the essentials a few times a year, and you like to buy a lot of things in bulk. We do have Sam's Club, BJ's, and Costco to stock up as much as you need, and gas is typically cheaper at those places. Let's talk about gas prices for a second. I filled up at Wawa today actually, because I'm always running on iced coffee, but I can fill up there for about $40. I'm currently seeing prices ranging anywhere from $2.91 to $2.93 for regular gas right now at the time of filming this video. Another great quality about Jacksonville is that healthcare is 14% lower than the national average. We also have a number of highly rated hospital systems in our area. The Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville is actually the top-ranked hospital by numerous sources, offering over 35 adult medical and surgical specialties. Overall, Northeast Florida offers a great quality of living for the costs. Thank you so much for watching this video. If there's anything I missed that you're curious about the cost of, just drop that in the comments below, or you can send me an email at elizabethtalksjacksonville@gmail.com. If you're interested in downloading my relocation guide, it'll be linked down in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Hope to see you all in the next video. Happy house hunting!